What goes on, guys? We're back here again with yet another review, and today we're taking a look at a couple more DC Multiverse figures. We're going to be taking a look at the brand new McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Arkham Asylum Killer Croc and DC Future States Ghostmaker. Now, Killer Croc everybody knows and loves. This is, like I said, the Arkham Asylum version, which isn't necessarily my cup of tea, but this works as a comic book Croc for me. There's only one thing that I would change, and I will be doing that soon enough. I'll talk about that when we get there. And Ghostmaker, I know who he is, but could I tell you more than like the basic information about him? No, I cannot. But, you know, he's part of the Bat family now, so I'm okay with it. Plus, he's just a new character, never had a figure before, and he just looks like a decent figure. So, 20 bucks, I'll go ahead and take that. The boxes are really standard for the DC Multiverse. You get the Future State, and then Killer Croc, you get the Arkham Asylum logo up there. There's an image of Croc from Arkham Asylum. The head sculpt doesn't really match that, but I actually kind of like that it doesn't. I mean, I could understand why somebody wouldn't like that, so don't go all getting all pissed off. There's the barcode. I found these two at GameStop, and GameStop, if you give them the barcode, they can scan and tell you if anybody in the area has them. So without further ado, let's go ahead and pop these guys open. Just getting these figures out of the packaging, but they're pretty solid. I wouldn't say they're anything like crazy, like wow, groundbreaking, amazing, but they're pretty cool. Definitely good additions to the shelf. I love getting new characters, and you know, I'm pretty much all in with the DC Multiverse line. It's very few and far between that I genuinely skip one, just because I like DC better than Marvel in a lot of regards, not every regard, but you know, I think over the years I've become more of a DC guy, which is kind of crazy because definitely was a Marvel guy my whole life, but DC's been stepping up their game in a lot of aspects. But again, that's just my opinion. I really love both, but I think I'm becoming more of a DC guy. But anyway, I definitely like Ghostmaker a little bit more than Killer Croc, which is kind of crazy because, again, I don't really know much about this character. So let's go ahead and take a closer look at Croc first. I think he's pretty straightforward. The head sculpt, I can't say I'm like, it's weird because I like that it's not accurate because it looks more comic accurate. I might like shave his beard, I guess. I don't know, like cut them off. Not really big on those, but other than that, I mean, that's a pretty solid head sculpt. Does it look like the game? No, not really. But for me, that's fine, but I could definitely understand why people would fucking hate that. So in that regard, that's kind of whack. The body sculpt is pretty incredible. The detail is so crisp and clean and like really accurately placed, and it's a really good looking sculpt. Like I don't know, you got these like ossiderms on the back that, you know, crocodilians have, which is kind of awesome. And then the front looks really good with like all the plating and the scales. It looks really good. The arms look really nice too with the leathery badges. I guess they were his restraints. Speaking of restraints, he's got that big silver one on his neck. Personally, I don't really like that, but you can't really take that off because they like made it flat underneath. Like they made it part of the sculpt, which kind of blows. Because that is definitely like super specific to the Arkham Asylum version of Killer Croc, and if I wanted to make this more comic accurate, I definitely would have taken that off. But again, to each his own. You get an open hand on this side, which is pretty cool looking. The claws are very sharp, so definitely be careful. And then you get a fisted hand on this side. Really, really wish we would have got a full set of 2 open hands and 2 fisted hands. I really like just Croc, just kind of like menacingly standing there with big fisted hands ready to fight, because I don't think people give Croc enough fucking credit, I guess. Like everybody says Lizard beats Croc, and I think overall Lizard beats Croc, but people say it's like a fucking no shot. And I'm like, nah, Croc knows how to throw it down, bro. He was a wrestler before he became Killer Croc. Like he knows how to fight, dude. So I don't know. Dude's mad strong. He's not the brightest, but I don't know. That's just my opinion. The body looks good with all the paint on there. You get like the lighter on the front, darker on the back. Love it. The pants look pretty good. You get the bracelets, like the ankle restraints on the bottom as well. And then you get like a wash at the bottom to make it look dirty, which I really do like. Kind of wish they pulled it a little bit like across the whole thing, but like got a little bit lighter as you got closer to the top. You get these strings on here, like the rope that holds up his pants, because I don't want to see his killer cock. Haha, get it? But the texture on this is great. The pants look really, really good. And then you get his feet. Damn, bro, cut them motherfucking nails. Holy shit. They look good though. So, and it looks like they're doing that thing that Mattel does where like they mold like different striations of color in the plastic, and I think that works great here. It works great for reptilian skin, which, you know, this and most of what Mattel puts out is, so totally fine with that. You do get some awesome accessories with this guy. You don't get any hands, but who needs those when you have this awesome card that shows you that this looks barely anything like what you're buying. Again, that works for me, but I could see why people would be pissed off at that. I mean, just look at the head sculpts. That is not the same guy. But anyway, you get that amazing card, and then you get this... Dude, this is so awesome. You get this awesome figure stand that really does so much for the figure. There you go. Look at that. Whoa. I don't know how, like... I don't know how this is in the budget for these figures, but whatever. Whatever. The head will look up that much, down that much, rotate all the way around, and a little bit of pivot. He's kind of on that hunchy neck, so it's not really going to move forward too much. I wish there was a little bit more articulation, but then again, I really do understand that there really can't be. The shoulder goes up very far, rotate 360. You get a single jointed elbow that rotates, which is fine for Killer Croc. It gets about 90, maybe a little bit less. This one is definitely 90. It looks like this one. I don't know, whatever. And then you get a wrist and swivel and hinge, which I definitely like more than the ball joints. I wish they would do that on all their figures, not just on the big guys. Now, the torso articulation is pretty good. He's going to crunch forward that far. He's going to crunch forward back that much. I did add a little bit at the bottom here. It doesn't really do much. Like, the top joint goes pretty good no matter what. But before, it used to get, like, the top was fine, but then the bottom would only get, like, there, but now it gets there, so... Nothing crazy I added, but just if you see that, that is not how that's sculpted. I did that. If you ever want like a video on how to do that, I would be happy to make one. Unparalleled Universe made one, and it's definitely better than what I would say, or everything I would say, so might as well just go check out his. There's the splits. He'll kick forward, back. Definitely get a good rotation in here. That's pretty awesome. Double jointed knees, and then the ankle goes down and up, not very far. A little nervous to push that. It doesn't really rotate too much. So whatever. And then you get a half-foot hinge. So whatever. Pretty good articulation. The torso I like. Like I said, I mad the modded a little bit. And I meant to mention that at the beginning of it, that I was going to do that because I had my materials out to do it, but just kind of forgot. So yeah, Killer Croc, pretty solid. I'll do size comparisons at the end. As far as Ghostmaker, taking a look at the sculpt here, very different aesthetic than Croc, but it looks really good. He's got some Tampa on there. I'm assuming that's his logo, and he's got really cool sculpting work. The cloth looks really, really good. He's got like this weird half cape thing, but I like it. You get his armor and his pauldron, which do pop out. Awesome, McFarlane. Usually they don't do that. Very happy about that because I don't want this thing on him because it just looks ugly in my opinion, so I might just put up my accessories. The armor looks really cool. I like the metal work, like the way it looks like metal with the gunmetal. You get this like overlay piece that is kind of reminiscent of older figures in the line, but I think it works good for this character. You get like these satchel thingies on the side. Good paint on here. The head sculpt looks pretty cool. Weird looking mask. I don't know how you would see out of that, but I guess Ghostmaker makes it work. You get like a different texture for the leathery parts on the black, which look really cool, and that carries all the way around to the back. The arms look good with the gauntlets on them that match the chest, and the waist really good. And you get these weird big baggy pants, which very unique design. It's very like Aladdin-ish. Like that's definitely the vibe I get from these. Looks a little weird, and I think the legs, I don't know if they're like the hinge is in the right spot. I don't know, but then you get the cool sculpted ankles that really look nice. Like, you got to give McFarlane credit where credit is due. That looks nice. And then the feet look good as well. I think it just looks like a cool, badass figure. And again, if he's part of the Bat family, then he's part of my figure family because it's Batman and it's a new character. For accessories, you get 2 swords. I don't know. Maybe one's a katana, one's not. I don't really know. If you know swords, let me know. It is a little bit difficult to get them in his hands. His hands are a little hard, but yeah, so overall I would say that it's not terrible, but this one in particular is super hard to get in there. But yeah, once he's holding them, they look pretty cool. You can get them in the good poses. But who needs swords when you have awesome card of the figure that you just bought, because everybody wants that. There's a read-up. By the way, I should read this read-up. And then here is the read-up for Croc. But, and then you get the figure stand. So, good, you know, all right accessories. I think this guy usually uses guns, but Warner Brothers is all like, no guns with the toys. Brad, the DC Universe geek, credit there. But, yeah, overall, whatever. Could use a gun or 2 or 5, but who knows. The head will look up that far, which is really good. Down, pivot side to side, and then rotate. And then the shoulders are on the squishy, like made of squishy stuff, and on the shoulder, so it looks good. It'll go up that far, down, rotate 360. You do get a bicep swivel that is super well hidden in here. Double jointed elbows that go all the way up, and then the wrists swivel and hinge either way you need them to. The diaphragm joint, like I said, is kind of like an older one where it has like the overlay piece in the middle, but it'll rotate. He'll crunch forward pretty not existent. Back, he'll arch all the way because that's more important. And then he'll pivot side to side pretty good. So you just got to make sure that that's aligned properly. He'll do the splits. Very good, which I do like that. Down. He'll kick forward, back. No thigh cut at all. Like, this guy does not move, which is super annoying because he's agile. From the little I do know about him, he's super agile and a good fighter, so that sucks. And then you got the single jointed knee, which is the thickest knee joint I've ever seen. It's not super well done, to be honest with you. The hinge is cut pretty deep, but it's just the sculpt really runs into itself. And on one hand, I don't blame McFarlane, but then on the other hand, I really think they could have tried something better. The ankles will rotate, hinge up, down, pivot. Whoa, careful. I'm manhandling this. Oh, that's right. It's just ankles are supposed to go all the way around. And then toe joints. So, yeah, I mean, overall, the articulation's okay. The legs kind of blow and the torso kind of blows, especially for an agile character like this. You don't want to see that, but what are you going to do? It is McFarlane, so. As far as size comparisons go, here they are next to the DC Multiverse Batman, The Dark Knight Returns, and here they are next to NECA's Silly Kong. So, Killer Croc is definitely big. You know, he's a tall guy, and then here he is next to the Marvel Legends Zombie Captain America. They're 7-inch, so it doesn't really go with him. But yeah, you know, I think I don't exactly know how big Ghostmaker needs to be, but I think this works good enough for him. So you're probably wondering, yo, Ant, what are your final thoughts on this guy or these guys? Because I'm a little all over the place with it. On one hand, I really like them, but then on the other, I think they could have been done a little bit better. For Ghostmaker, I definitely like him more of the two, which kind of sucks because I definitely like Killer Croc a lot better as a character. Definitely an underrated Bat villain, but I think Ghostmaker's just more well done, to be honest, especially for the price point of $19.99. Which brings me to that point. I don't think the Croc is worth $40. I don't. I think this could have been a $30 figure. He's bigger, yes, but he doesn't have anything else that like a normal DC Multiverse wouldn't have. Like, he's not that much bigger than the $20 Devastator that came out about 2 years ago at this point, which is kind of crazy. He's not that much bigger than that one, and that one was $19.99. So, McFarlane, can you get back into doing that? Like, you haven't done that in a while, giving a big figure for $20. I say that, but then that Hawkman for the Black Adam movie coming out, that's a lot of plastic for $20. We all know that Hasbro would charge $30. They did it with Angel. Come at me, bro. I don't care. I'm ready. I am ready. But, yeah, I don't think this is worth $40. Sorry to say it, but what are you going to do? I wanted Killer Croc, and I wanted to get a review out for you guys so you know what to buy and what not to buy. But other than that, I believe that's all I got for today. So if I was to give these figures a rating, I'm going to go ahead and give Ghostmaker 7 out of 10, and I'm going to give Croc a 6 out of 10. So nothing great, nothing completely awful, just they'll get the job done for these figures. Now, I mentioned at the beginning of the video I might customize this Croc a little bit. Originally, I was going to cut this off, just to have that off, and then kind of shave these down and then wrap them in tape, because I kind of like when he has like the tape around his hands. But I don't know, I think I'm just gonna leave it for right now. Who knows? I'll show you guys if I do anything. But other than that, I believe that's all I got for today. So if you have not already, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Also be sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok, where apparently I'm causing a lot of controversy. But other than that, that's all I got for today. So as always, let me know. You copping? Let me know. See you guys in the next one.